Hello YouTube, and how are we doing on this fine, lovely afternoon? First matter issue to confront before we get to the actual video. As most of you might have seen, I took a nasty injury to the foot. And I said I would explain what that was. I was actually walking around with my sister. We were hanging out, we don't get to hang out, so we were walking around. It was a little bit late at night, and I got into a little self-defense issue. I don't have much injuries sustained to my own body. That was the only real injury that needed to be taken care of medically, or like that anyway, surgically I should say. So the only thing that was really serious was my foot, and basically what it was is the dude who tried to do it had a small dagger-like object, and he fell. When he did that, the dagger went into my foot. So that's that. I'll be okay. The stitches are going to come out in about 6 to 7 days, and that should be healed. That was only the real injury that I had. I got a little minor cut right there, simply just from a slice, but not too deep. That's already gone. That's healed. Little thing right there, but that was it. Again, those are already healed. That's the only thing that I'm waiting on. Alright, let's get to the real video. What y'all came here to see is my EDC. What I got here are my pants that I wear. These are tactical pants. I wear these pants a hell of a lot. These are what have everything that I carry in them. Right now what I'm wearing are shorts. Not my cup of tea. The first thing I usually carry is what I record on, which is my phone. And I usually have my iPod with me. And so those I do not have on me right now. I mean, I have my phone. Another thing I carry every day is I carry face mask. You don't know when you're gonna need it. This thing has actually come in handy a lot of times. Places where it's either, too smoky, something's going on. I've used this before. Other things, I carry my keys, which contain my car keys, which I keep separate from my house key, shed key, storage key, everything like that, on a triple D-clipped ring. I usually carry my knife. This is my EDC knife. Everyday carry, everyday use. This thing is going to be about, had this for about a year now. Very good, very reliable. The only real problems I've ever had with it is this tends to get a little loose right here, but that happens with most knives. Almost every folding knife you're going to get, this will come a little loose. Doling issues as far as the blade. I've never really let it get too dull, but I've also never had to sharpen it a lot. And any sharpening tests that I've had to do in the last year, I did use this knife to test it on first. And the fact that this is still as sharp as ever, it really does amaze me. I've used this for cutting down like little trees and stuff like that. I've used this, and basically this is a buck knife. Their products claim to be made all in the US, and a lot of people like that. I just want you to take a look at that if you could focus. Alright, well, it's not going to focus, but it basically says China on the blade. Just going to point that out to you. Not a big deal. Still perfect use, camouflage. And also one thing I like is if you realize this is very, very tiny. Well, not tiny like that. Like, that's a good inch. But if you realize the body is very small. It only has what it needs. It has enough to house the knife. Camouflage. In case you have to throw it or do something, you have to ditch it. I like that. I keep my wallet on me, which you've seen me repair this thing, and maybe some more hot glue. I think we'll fix that soon enough. I guess as soon as I can get to my workshop. I'll have to do that, but I haven't really been able to get in there because of the crutches that I have right here. And I also carry one of my solid graffiti markers. Alright, and what else? Alright, so I have a little bit of like a recreational thing. I get bored, so does everyone else. I like to carry a deck of cards. These are, if you guys heard of Linkin Park, these were actually issued by the band. These are official Linkin Park cards. These cards came with a thing of authenticity, but you know what? They're cards. I was gonna freaking use them. I've used these a lot, as you see. You know, I've used them so many times because I'll go places, parties or something like that, you know, hang out with friends, and we'll play cards. I got some gum in here. Got some gum. Got a hacky sack. I got a drink koozie. Now, like I said, that's more of a recreational pocket. And, moving on to a little more things. I got business cards. You don't want to see it. These are... I don't carry these every day. I collected these the other day from friends and everything like that who run their own businesses. I carry a little 25 lumen flashlight. It takes one AA battery. That's all in that bucket. Let's move to the next one. Next, I carry, as you guys know, I have one of my favorite necklaces here just because of what it's from. And usually it's around my neck. I don't carry it, but yeah. So right now that's kind of hanging out in my pocket. And as well, I have a typical Bic lighter, kind of ordinary. There's nothing special about it. That's it. And actually, right now I have two of them. So, black, yay. Moving further down the line, just in another pocket, I have some lip balm, chapstick, whatever you want to call it. I have a lot of issues with that in the winter. My lips will dry out and they'll crack like a bat out of hell. Friggin'. One thing that I like to carry, but I didn't really include it in this video, is because I don't carry it every day, is I carry usually a long, or not long, but a nice 4-inch blade fixed knife Skinner Hunter. And I'll usually carry it on my belt. The only reason why I didn't carry it on this is because EDC, everyday carry. I will admit right now, I do not carry that every day. A lot of times, yes. Every day, I can't say I do. So, I usually have a hat on that I guess would go in my everyday carry as well. So, yeah. That is what I like to carry around with me. And again, these are just tactical pants that I wear a lot of the time, and that's why I've brought these out with me. And I guess right now I'll include these. These happen to be an everyday carry as well for right now. I guess I'll include these because I do carry them every day. These are a signifiable bracelet, you know. I guess you guys see these, but these, you know, aren't from, you know, these mean stuff to me, you know. So, and then I still wear my hospital bracelet. I carry paracord with me every day, you know. Something I make sure I have on me. Tattoos, you know, carry my piercings with me every day. I don't know, I figured I had that stuff in there, but so yeah, that's mainly a lot of the stuff I carry with me every day. That's actually everything I carry with me all day. Oh, every day. I don't really have any hidden blades, you know. I don't wear a neck chain or anything like that. Everything I have is in my pants, fast to get to, you know. I don't have to like lift up my shirt or anything like that. Like, I'm not pulling anything out. Again, like I said, the only thing that I will have is the fixed blade, which is about 4 or 5 inches length of blade, and maybe a 4-inch handle, which isn't too bad. It's actually nice. I love it. And I actually wrapped the paracord. I wrapped the handle and paracord that I did myself. So yep. So I figured I'll let you guys see what I carry on me every day, because I see a lot of people in the knife community doing the EDC videos. So I figured I'd hop on the bandwagon, show you what I carry every day. You know, I carry a lot of tactical stuff. And actually, if I was to go further in my wallet, which let me grab that out right now. If I go further in my wallet, actually I have, for the longest time, I've always carried a credit card multi-tool. These things you can pick up for like $2 or $3. What it is it's a little bit smaller than a credit card, but it's basically this. Screwdriver, blade, bottle opener, can opener, bottle opener, wrenches right here. This is like if you know how to make like a sundial and shit, that's what this is. Some more wrenches and a saw. This has helped me out a little bit. I've never found too much use for this, but I've always found it great to carry it. And another thing I do carry with me is a P30. If you don't know what a P30 is, it's basically, it's a can opener. It's a military grade can opener. This I've used a lot. No power necessary. It doesn't take much to get it to go through a can either, which I found great. It's little, it's concealable, and it's supporting the U.S. military, of course. If you guys don't know, I do live in the U.S., so, I mean, I figured that you guys would know, but for all of you who don't, I do live in the U.S., and can I say it is freaking hot out here. It's probably about in the hundreds today, and I'm sitting out here trying to make a video for you guys. Plus, I've been couch bound for like the last few days because of these friggin' stitches in my foot. And if you guys can't handle the video, I'm sorry. I put it up for those of you who could handle watching the video. Yeah. But yeah, so it's a little P30. It's nice, it's easy to use. And I would suggest I pick this one up for like $1. I would suggest anybody, actually I'd suggest everybody, to pick one of these up. Even if you don't go outside, you know, if you don't hang out with people, pick one of these up at your local Army Navy store. It's a little great thing to have, and it's gotten me in a lot of cans. And these things are freaking great. So, little maintenance to these. It's a loose back, you know, and it folds up like that. This drops down. The only maintenance that it needs is when you're done with it, take a little wet rag or a little pond of water and just wash it off, dry it really fast so it doesn't rust, and boom, stick it back in your wallet or wherever you had it. And it's discreet. Nobody knows you have it on you except for yourself. Another thing, obviously, I carry my license with me and everything like that. And something that a lot of people don't do, I actually carry my student ID in here, in my wallet, for no reason. Actually, this is the same wallet that I had in high school, which is amazing that it's held on for that long. I graduated high school like 2 years ago, or a year ago. Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm just eating a bagel and then I have to go to the doctor.
Okay.
You sure you're alright?
Alright. So yeah, that was like a few years ago. I don't remember how long, I'm sorry. Time, when it passes, for you those who are still in high school, you calculate the days and do all that shit. When you get out of high school, you realize days are really pointless. And what you do when you have to do it is something that you get done, or at least that happened for me. Days, time, minutes, hours, they all kind of transfer into the same thing. So, Yep, that's that. And I will not show you the ID just because, you know, friggin' location reasons. Somebody can figure out what school I went to. Let's not do that. That's a lot of bularchy that I don't want to deal with. So, yeah. The wallet's hanging. Again, you saw it. All I've done is hot glue it, and I'm going to hot glue it again when I get a chance. So, yeah, that's really it. Again, for the knife community, people that are interested in knives, if you guys are interested in knives, I'm a big, like, blade expert and everything like that. That's kind of what I trained on. That's what I went to school for, was actually knowing about blades. So, blacksmithing and all that. I will suggest you some good knives. For those of you who don't mind a serrated edge and just want something that can get done everyday things, and even in a survival situation, you know, right here. Like I've said, I've used this thing to take down on thin trees and everything. And even when the blade got a little bit loose, that never affected its performance. I can never say I had too many issues with it going dull. And I've even sharpened, because this edge was already tapered a little bit. I went ahead and I sharpened that myself. And that even works fine. So it's even good if you want to forge it with yourself. Like I did. I put a little bit of a blade right here. You know, a little more hunting tactic right there. And again, it still works perfectly. And like I've said, I've abused this thing. Like I said, I use this every day. You know, whatever I'm doing and I need to cut something, I need something, I don't think about how hard, you know, the product is, you know what I mean? And I just go ahead and I just use this. You know, this is my automatic first reaction. This is what I use. Alright. I'm going to say please like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to say peace.